successor for abandoning Bayelsa projects. And those are the stories from the front page of the Punch newspaper. And we move on straight to the Vanguard newspaper. Obi ADC Dixon rail against spate of defections to ADC. And Nigeria risk chaos over rising violence. That's from the Sultan of Sokoto. And federal government moves to end joblessness, launches National Job Center nationwide. Kebbi government approves 4.05 billion naira for 7 general hospitals rehabilitation. Police burst suspected armed robbery syndicate operating in Katsina-Kano Highway. And 2027, Jonathan Obi can't defeat Tinubu. Mamudu urges opposition to play ethnic card. Okay. And there's a PCI of Obasanjo and the hunting ghost of his third-term agenda. Defections. 3 more PDP governors will soon resign. That's according to Ayo Fayose, former governor, Ekiti State. After Mba's exit, Senator Ben Obi named PDP convention secretary. PDP governors running away from mess they created. Okay, no work, no pay. NLC reacts to FG's no work, no pay policy. All the stories you can find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. And before we leave the Vanguard, there's this story: Army family disagree over killing of man in Delta State. 2 kidnappers arrested in Rivers for luring 24-year-old woman through dating site. And a 32-year-old woman rescued from 60 feet well in Lagos. Lagos State government denies role in Festac demolition. And so many other stories on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We move on to the Nation newspaper. And just like other papers, politics. Lokpobri, Wike, others, okay, there is exit from PDP. And Tinubu won't compromise Nigeria's economic sovereignty, says Jimoh Ibrahim. Jimoh Ibrahim is a serving senator in Nigeria. And Tompolo donates 10 billion naira to Delta Security Fund. ASU strike violates court order, says Ita Ena. And a Do Group rejects court ruling on Igboje titles. And Peter Obi sues Adeyanju for defamation at last. And IMF urges Nigeria to prioritize infrastructure funding. Stable Naira, food price crash drops inflation to 18.02%. All right, we move on to this day newspaper. 24 hours after Mba joined APC, Diri abandons PDP, keep mum on next move. And Cardozo woos investors as Forex turnover hits $8.6 billion. Anticipates current account surplus to exceed $20 billion. Yemi Cardozo is the governor of Nigeria's central bank. Genocide branding ploy to incite panic, fracture our unity, says Mohammed Idris. That's the Minister for Information and National Orientation. And coming from the Senate here, Senator Alin Dume is saying Tinubu's government hasn't failed in its responsibilities of securing lives and property. And still staying with this day newspaper, NHRC urges border officials to uphold migrants' human rights and dignity. That's the National Human Rights Commission there. All right, the Sun newspaper is next now. Diri's defection. Deputy Governor, 3 lawmakers remain in PDP. Akpabelo recruits 5,000 teachers. And Dixon condemns Diri's defection. Dixon is the former governor of Bayelsa State and currently a serving senator. Nobody can capture electorates with defection. Who is saying that? Peter Obi. All right, the Guardian newspaper is next now, and let's with the story on business. Nigeria's inflation drops to 18%. That's according to the NBS, National Bureau for Statistics there. And IMF, Cardozo isolate Nigeria from global uncertainty, raise growth prospects. And Trump considering strikes on land against Venezuela cartel. Amnesty urges Ivory Coast to stop stifling protest ahead of polls. Israel threatens to resume fighting if Hamas does not respect Gaza deal. And federal government to boost foreign reserves with locally sourced gold. All the stories on the front page of The Guardian, and still staying with The Guardian. Nigeria, Brazil to strengthen bilateral ties. And Tinubu condoles with Kenya over Raila Odinga's death. Katsina government not part of community's negotiation with bandit, says Governor Rada. Probes Airpeace runway incident, others. And Kano places 4th in National Climate Governance Ranking. And manufacturers decry 90% solar imports, push for standards, local capacity. Stakeholders welcome easing inflation, worry about cost of living crisis. All right, we move on to the New Telegraph now. Central Gaming Bill unconstitutional. Governor Sanwo-Olu tells National Assembly. And NEMA DG partners Northwest Development Commission on disaster management. FCT polls, Obi ADC candidates decry sorry state of Abuja schools. Will prioritize infrastructure to boost industrialization. That's from Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State. Coalition will defeat APC in 2027. Peter Obi. APC, Tinubu's economic reforms receive World Bank IMF commendation. That's coming from the All Progressives Congress. And defections 2027 will be between the people against APC. Okay. And Okay, I think we've had enough. Let's take a short break now. We will return shortly for the review of the stories, and that's when Mr. Salman Salami will be joining me. Still newspaper review, 93.7 FM, Abuja. Please don't go away. The program returns shortly.
Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM. Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM. Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM. Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Epa!
Oh, my people, make una come gather here. Which kind tori una wan hear on top radio? Wetin dey catch fire on top social media? Bring am on top Make We Talk Am for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Monday go reach Thursday, and the time na 5:10 wey be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am as e dey be.
Need a lift? Feeling low, bored, or confused?
Want your dream to brightly glow?
Here is what to do.
Women's Corner is waiting just for you.
Education, work, lifestyle, career, mentorship, and family too.
We will tackle the issues, provide solutions, and see you through. Finding your voice, reaching high, and making an impact. Women's Corner, where knowledge can fly.
Join us every Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. for inspiring stories and practical advice to reach all your glories.
It's Women's Corner on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed.
Yes, thank you so much for staying tuned to Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. And this is the part where we look at some of the headlines in details. And the phone lines are open now. You can join the conversation, 0903 2229797. That's 0903 2229797. 797. You can also call us on 0818 222205. And not forgetting that you can send us a WhatsApp message on any of the two numbers. And Mr. Salami is here in the studio. Mr. Salmon Salami is my guest today. Mr. Salami, good morning.
Very good morning to you, Lawrence, and our super citizen listeners. Good to know that I'm your guest.
Yes. All right, Mr. Salman Salami is the Chief Operating Officer, Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja, and we will be leaning heavily on him to have some understanding of a few of the stories that we'll bring to you. And we start off, Mr. Salami, no guess for guessing what will dominate public discourse today, the defection. First, it was the Enugu State Governor, at least this week. And yesterday, although the Bayelsa State Governor did not indicate where he was going, but he resigned his membership of the PDP. And this has generated reactions. As the 2027 general elections approach, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is strengthening his political dominance in the South, following a wave of defections by governors and influential politicians from the PDP and other opposition parties to the All Progressives Congress. This development has ignited fears of a one-party state, with opposition leaders condemning the mass movement to the ruling party. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi dismissed the defection as an act of desperation by politicians seeking personal survival. They declared that the battle line is drawn, vowing that Nigerians would take their pound of flesh at the polls by voting out President Tinubu's APC for allegedly deepening the country's hardship and decline. Mr. Salami.
Interesting times. Very, very interesting times. Even though officially campaign has not started, and politicians are not expected, I'm talking officially, to campaign. But what is going on is nothing but a prelude to what will happen in 2027. Punch put it succinctly. Hurricane Tinubu, even though I disagree with the Tinubu prefix. Hurricane, yes, it is. It is an hurricane, because what do you call it? Just as we are settling down, Umba defected, and yesterday, Bayelsa State Governor Diri resigned his membership of PDP. He did not resign alone. He resigned with all the members of the State House of Assembly, except 3. He resigned with all the ESCO members. And the grassroots too seem to be with him. His predecessor, former Governor Dixon, and now a senator, was the only man standing. And my mother will always say that no matter how bad it is with somebody, one person will remain with you. The rest is still with PDP. The point is this. For the opposition party to be saying that the Nigerian people will deal with PDP, those who are with APC, those who are defecting, are they Sierra Leoneans? I want people to intellectualize developments. A situation whereby the opposition will wait until 2027 before they begin to campaign. And not political moves, because don't call this campaign. Campaign has not started. But these are what I call alignment and realignment of political forces. And it's allowed in politics. Because the only thing that is permanent in life is change. Change across board. Change across political parties. Even what others would like to call policy somersault is change. there was a time when before you enter university, you must have credit in English and mathematics. Just yesterday, we were asked that we were told that you don't need mathematics. Whether it is right or not, that's a different ball game. But the point is that there is a change now.
For courses in humanities and social sciences.
Yes. Whether it is a good one or not, it's a different kettle of tea. But the point is that there is now a shift. In life, there must be a change. Politicians will move from one party to another for so many reasons. And I think we must move with the tide. But then the question I always ask is this: these things that they are doing, is it in the best interest of the common man? That is another kettle of tea altogether. And it's a discussion for another day.
All right. For me, I think it's a no-brainer that the argument that Nigeria is drifting towards a one-party state is just political talk. They know, the politicians know, the players know what is going on. I keep reminding us that there was a time in this country, PDP had over 30 governors.
And boasted.
And even the then chairman boasted that the party would rule for 60 years. So I am not perturbed. Even if all the governors today moved into APC, that doesn't mean that the party is moving. Because after the elections, when 2031 is coming, there's going to be a new realignment
of forces.
And you will now see that a lot of people will retrace, a lot of people will move. Because at any point in time, our politicians are always looking out for what suits their interests the most at any point in time. That's it. So you can never say, as they are moving in there, they are not going to move. The situations will come because I used to tell people in those days, they say, it's a PDP state. This state is I said, no, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like, the South is a PDP stronghold. It's PDP stronghold. I said, no. It's just because the governors at that particular time were members of these political parties. If the governors move, you will know that that state will move with the governor. Look at what happened in Enugu State and even Bayelsa. I understand. So, for me, I think we should allow politicians play their game. But for us, our emphasis should be on government, what they intend to do and what they have done. Finish. Because campaigns will soon start, and they are going to come with all the lofty ideas. We are going to line the streets of Abuja with AC. We are going to make sure that fuel returns to 1 naira per liter. We are going to make sure that transportation will be free. We will make sure that education will be free at all levels and everything. Ask them. I know where were you in 2005? What was your position about this subject in 2010? You were a minister or you were a governor or you were a local government chairman 15 years ago. What did you do? What was your stand on local government autonomy? On education, what was your stand? What is your stand today? These are issues that really bother us because at the end of the day, Mr. Salami, when I still remember that the ASU strike is still on, I get very, very uncomfortable. These are issues that we need to bring to the front burner and not who is moving from which place to another. We know now, we know why these movements are there. So,
see, another thing that I want us to realize is that politicians should not wait till election time before they begin political enlightenment, political education.
Do they even do that?
Well, I want to believe that they do. It's just that they don't do it the way they should. I think there is the need to educate our